You've become a doormat, a receptacle for everyone else's chaos, drama, and emotional vomit. You absorb their anger, their manipulation, their tears, their tantrums, and you call it being a good man. You're wrong, you're not good, you're weak. And your weakness is destroying everything you claim to protect. Listen carefully. There is a war being waged against your boundaries, your peace, your mental fortress. Every day, people test your limits. They probe for weakness. They weaponize guilt, shame, and obligation to make you their emotional slave. And you smile. You nod, you absorb, you break. The ancient Stoics understood something modern men have forgotten. Your mind is sacred territory. Your energy is finite. Your peace is not public property. When you allow others to dump their emotional garbage into your consciousness, you commit treason against yourself. Nature designed you to be a fortress, not a sponge. Society told you to be sensitive, accommodating, endlessly patient. Society lied. The man who cannot defend his inner world will watch it burn while apologizing to the us. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire because he ruled himself first. Epictetus survived slavery and emerged unbroken because his mind remained free. These men understood you are not responsible for everyone else's feelings. You're responsible for protecting your own. The cost of emotional weakness. Your relationships become toxic power struggles. Your work suffers under the weight of others' drama. Your family loses respect for a man who won't stand up for himself. Your children learn that boundaries are optional and strength is shameful. But there is another path, the path of the disciplined mind, the unshakable man, the one who serves from strength, not slavery. The Stoic laws of emotional sovereignty. Step 1. Fortify your mental borders. Your mind is a nation. Every thought that enters must pass through customs. Every emotion that tries to establish residence must present proper documentation. You are the border guard of your own consciousness. Start saying no without explanation. No is a complete sentence. It requires no justification, no lengthy reasoning, and no apology to. When someone demands your emotional labor, when they try to make their crisis your emergency, when they attempt to guilt you into absorbing their chaos, you respond with the iron word. This isn't cruelty, this is sovereignty. The man who cannot say no to others will eventually say no to himself, to his dreams, and to his purpose. Guard your mental real estate like your life depends on it, because it does. Step 2. Master the art of emotional indifference. Epictetus taught. You are not your emotions. You are the observer of your emotions. When someone attacks you with their anger, their tears, their manipulation, you don't absorb it. You observe it, like watching a storm from inside a shelter. Their rage is not your emergency. Their sadness is not your responsibility. Their anxiety is not your burden to carry. You can acknowledge their pain without becoming infected by it. You can show compassion without becoming a casualty. Practice this. When someone tries to transfer their emotional state onto you, step back mentally. Breathe. Observe. Ask yourself, is this mine to carry? The answer is almost always no. Let them own their emotions. You own yours. Step 3. Distinguish between service and slavery. There's a difference between helping someone and being their emotional dumping ground. Service comes from strength and choice. Slavery comes from guilt and manipulation. When you help someone, you do it because you choose to, because it aligns with your values, because you have the capacity. When you're enslaved, you do it because you're afraid of their reaction, because you can't bear their disappointment, because you've forgotten you have a choice. Real men serve from overflow, not emptiness. They give from abundance, not scarcity. They help because they're strong enough to help, not because they're too weak to refuse. Step 4. Create consequences for boundary violations. Boundaries without consequences are suggestions. If someone consistently disrespects your limits, floods you with their emotional chaos, treats you like their personal therapist, there must be consequences. This might mean spending less time with toxic people. It might mean refusing to engage in certain conversations. It might mean walking away when someone becomes abusive or manipulative. The Stoics understood. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. Stop rewarding bad behavior with your attention, your time, your emotional energy. When someone violates your boundaries, make it cost them something. Not out of revenge, but out of self-respect. Step 5. Build your inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius spoke of the inner citadel, the unassailable fortress of the disciplined mind. This is where your true power lives, not in how others see you, not in their approval or disapproval, but in your unwavering commitment to your own values. Build this citadel through daily practice, meditation, physical training, reading wisdom, journaling, creating something meaningful. When your inner world is strong, the outer chaos cannot penetrate. The man with a powerful inner citadel doesn't need everyone to like him. He doesn't need constant validation. He doesn't need to be everyone's emotional savior. He operates from a place of internal abundance, not external neediness. Step 6. Choose your battles like a general. Not every emotional skirmish deserves your participation. Not every drama requires your intervention. Not every person's crisis demands your rescue. The wise general doesn't fight every battle. He chooses his engagement strategically. He conserves his forces. He protects his resources for battles that matter. Ask yourself, is this battle worth my peace? Will engaging in this drama move me closer to my goals? Am I responding from strength or reacting from weakness? Most of the time, the strongest move is not to move at all. Step 7. Lead by example, not explanation. You don't need to explain your boundaries to people who don't respect them. You don't need to justify your standards to those who have none. You don't need to defend your peace to those who profit from your chaos. Simply be the example. Be the man who doesn't absorb other people's emotions. Be the one who remains calm in their storms. Be the one who chooses his responses carefully. Be the fortress they cannot breach. Your strength will either inspire them to grow or reveal their weakness. Either way, you win. The price of weakness versus the reward of strength. Continue being an emotional punching bag and watch your life deteriorate. Your relationships will become performance spaces where you play the victim or the savior. Your career will stagnate under the weight of others' problems. Your health will suffer from chronic stress and boundary violations. Your children will learn that being a man means being weak, but choose the path of emotional sovereignty and everything changes. You become a man others respect, not because you're harsh, but because you're unshakable. You attract better people because you demand better treatment. You have energy for what matters because you're not wasting it on what doesn't. You become dangerous in the best way. Dangerous to chaos, dangerous to drama, dangerous to those who profit from weak men. Your emotions are not public property. Your peace is not a democracy. Your boundaries are not negotiable. You are not the world's therapist, the family's emotional sponge, or society's whipping boy. You are a man. Act like one. Stop absorbing. Start reflecting. Stop explaining. Stop apologizing for your strength. Start using it. The world needs strong men more than it needs nice ones. Be strong. Be unyielding. Be free. Hit subscribe if this truth cuts through your excuses. Hit like if you're ready to build your fortress. Then turn off your phone and get to work. Your emotional sovereignty awaits no one's permission but yours. Build your citadel. Guard your borders. Rule your mind. Everything else is just noise.